I've the craziest thing like that for me is the ET ride at Universal Studios Florida has this distinct smell that like every time I walk into that building, it's like I remember being a child.
And semen?
It's like
It's ET.
wow.
What do you want?
Jesus Christ.
What? A bunch of people blowing their loads over little aliens.
What?
He's all cuddly in the blanket.
Phone home, he's like drenched.
He's cuddling. You want to hug him? You don't want to spunk on him.
Ellie.
He wasn't riding a bike over the moon. He was just riding a tidal wave of fear.
I think we just triggered a memory in Gus. Something happened to you on the ET ride?
Like ET.
Someone jizzed on the back of Gus's head while he was watching ET.
No, the ET ride,
I'm witnessing the beginnings of back hair on myself.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because my chest was just like foof, but my back was smooth like a baby's asshole. And then ass.
Like a baby's asshole. How
What a Freudian slip.
I don't know where to go.
It's like
with
an
that.
asshole that has not been pooped out of yet. It's just like totally smooth.
Dude, it's smooth, it's clean, it's sleek.
You could eat dinner out of that baby's asshole.
You couldn't have said office asshole. You had to say out of it. Now I'm like picturing
Yeah,
this.
you
like soup.
You didn't have to be smooth as a baby's
It's like a
asshole.
bread bowl,
You chose to go there.
except it's an
Stop
ass
kicking
bowl.
the beer, Gavin.
Is it bleached?
You baby's asshole.
I'm glad I did shave it because I did the.
Shit. Getting the perfect playthrough of 50 people is way fucking harder. And then there's another one like Frank the Pimp, I believe.
That's the
still
8
for an
You
ladies
need
hour.
one.
Let's
8
have him
women
fix
at
it.
once. That's also a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah. I could never. I tried to get Frank the Pimp because there was one
Such
for
a
8
pain-
people and there was
Right.
one for 8 women.
Right,
So
you
I
get them
thought,
both at the same time,
Yeah, I thought
exactly.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
Couldn't goddamn
8
do
birds.
it.
8 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
8 birds, 2 stones, actually.
There you go.
Yeah. That game,
Why
I
2
was,
stones?
because
like-
you get 2 achievements, Gavin.
That's
No,
one attempt though.
so it's really 2 birds with 1
It's
stone.
8 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
you're
8
not getting
achievements?
8 achievements, though.
It's 2 birds with 8 stones.
Yeah. 2
birds with 8 stones.
That's
Actually a
it.
terrible
That's
ratio.
correct. That's it.
Yeah.
No, it's 4 to 1. That's pretty good.
Oh, it's
Have
the
you ever
other way
tried throwing a
around.
rock at a
Never
bird?
mind.
Birds are tricky.
All right. I'm going to go to Kansas City in my blimp, and I'm going to practice killing birds with stones. I'm going to throw them at my blimp.
One of the best questions I ever read online was theoretical, hypothetical questions, I should say, was would you, instead of having, like, when you ejaculate, you have a million tiny sperms, if you had one giant one and then you had to fight it, would you masturbate as much?
Like, how does it fight? Does it, like, whip you with its
I
tail?
don't know. I just imagine it's something like critters.
I mean, or is that better than having to pay for?
But it would only be as
mean-
big as a streak of jizz, right? It wouldn't be like. It would just be like this big.
the way you described it, it
Is
sounded
that-
basketball
I mean, is that a
size.
better scenario to have to fight it than to send it to college?
Well, yeah,
I mean, I'm
imagine-
Just draw a face on it and start walking it around and bringing it to
If you
school
didn't
and stuff.
fight it, what if it grew to the size of a basketball over a week, like in your house, and then you're like, oh, I didn't take care of this one. Now I gotta fight the big one.
Or like if you lose it, like when it first comes out, it's the size of a marble and it hides.
Yeah.
And it like rolls under your couch. You're like, oh shit, that thing's gonna come after me later.
in the night, it'll kill the
God.
neighbor's
It
cat.
then shed its tail and it's got 2 legs.
God, you just created like the worst horror movie ever.
Oh man.
It's like the facehugger scene in Aliens when they're trapped in the.
I'm just gonna go
trapped in
back.
the lab with it.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna go back and say no.
Okay.
That's my answer to that question.
Universally, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say universally.
Colossal no on that one.
Yeah, no orgasm is worth having to fight some sort of mysterious thing that has come out of your body that is waiting for you to fall asleep so it can choke you out later.
Or if you were somebody else, you had to like team up to fight it. You know, that would be. It'd be
Why
a
would you
huge
be jacking off with someone else?
What do you mean? God? What if you're having sex?
Oh, I thought it was only during jacking off. I'm the idiot because I misunderstood the question.
Gus, don't get me started. That was your misunderstanding. Why? How would somebody else be around when sperm comes out of you?
You said it comes out when you jack off, not when you have sex. So there's 2 totally different things.
So the woman would be bloody annoyed if you did that, you know, wouldn't she?
She would be pretty
She'd be like,
pissed off.
God damn it. And then she's
they're gonna
Facials would
be-
involve black eyes. You're like, what happened? He came on my face.
They're gonna be annoyed anyway.
Yeah, you
no,
make
they're
a good point.
annoyed.
They're gonna be annoyed anyway. I've learned that.
All right, so Katie just texted me. Google Science says you can't suck more than 9.8 meters or 30 feet. Also, the likelihood of getting it there is slim, as you need a perfect vacuum to get it that high. And I don't think you can create a perfect vacuum with your mouth.
You don't know me very well.
I still love to try it though. That'd be fun.
So, okay,
give it a shot.
we'll have an office suck-off, right? That's the worst name for it.
Gavin's gonna be at the center of the office suck-off.
Okay, no. But we'll see, you know what I'm saying? We'll see who can
What day is the office suck-off again?
men and women welcome. And we'll see who can suck the highest in the Rooster Teeth office. I think it's going to be a good video. We can make an RT live.
Oh.
How that? You right?
All right, you give me the ringleader for the RT suck off.
You right, buddy?
The Rooster. Let's just run that by HR first. We'll get the T-shirts made.
Nothing could possibly be wrong with that name.
You have never said anything better in your whole life.
I think for a lot of guys, taking a dump is more sexy than having a piss.
Okay, here we go.
Because of like, you can bash the prostate on the way down. That happens to some guys.
What guys, Gavin? Is there something you want to tell us here?
No,
Just
but like
some guys.
that-
Some guys. Of all the guys I talked to about how they feel,
A
how
guy
they
was
take
telling
a
Anybody
me-
shit.
get turned on by taking a dump? No, I'm getting nose here. I'm
No.
getting all nose.
That's the point, though. How many times in your life before just now have you asked other people how they feel as they take a shit?
Does taking a shit turn you on? I've never had to ask that.
So of all the guys that Gavin's talked to in his life about how exactly they feel while they take a shit, a significant portion of those people have said, I feel good because my prostate gets bashed. And I get off on that.
Not bash, but you kind of like tease past it. And I think the guy I was talking to said that it was uncomfortable because he got a boner and then it hit the toilet seat.
Who is this guy?
You don't know the guy.
Who is this guy?
Some guy in England.
We're all just going to assume it's Dan. Every one of us.
I've never encountered that problem.
You've never had a boner on the toilet.
I've never gotten a boner from fucking pushing a shit out that hits the toilet seat. Did it lift him up a little?
It was just like an ejector seat.
Yeah. And
him
then next
through
thing
the
you knew he
ceiling.
was in a field.
Yeah. With no phone.
I'm never going to get to a host read ad, this podcast. It's
Nope,
never going to.
there's
We're
no
not
good
going to be able
segue.
to get far enough away from that.
You want a nice segue?
Please.
So flowers are nice and that, aren't they? Like, pretty. Ponies.
Great.
Do you have an ad?
Good job. No, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just saying.
You gotta get far enough away
We can go
from this
another
conversation. How are we going to do the
Masterful,
awards tonight?
Gavin.
How are we going to run that?
I would imagine that if you're flying one of those massive airliners, like 250 to 300 seat airliners, and you hit a point of the runway where you hit ice and you start to slide, that's just like, there's nothing that I can do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like in a car, that's a helpless feeling. But in a fucking plane, which is as big as a building, I mean, you just
can't
like...
just
And probably
gun
going
it.
much faster
Yeah, I
than your
can't
car.
imagine, dude. I
Yeah.
Shouldn't you
can't
just
imagine.
gun it and take off again?
If you probably can't get traction.
How
You don't
fast
need-
would you
you don't
think?
need traction.
Yeah, you do. If you're on the ground already.
Why
What's-
would you need
what's gonna
traction
happen?
if you're taking off?
Because your wheels need to grab onto something. If you just, it's like being in a car. If you have no traction and you floor it, your wheels just spin.
How do you think planes work?
Yeah, no, that's wrong, Gus.
Wheels don't give
Yeah,
a crap.
the planes don't use wheels to get
When
acceleration.
they're already on the ground. I mean, but the jets go, but it's not grabbing onto anything.
That doesn't
You
matter.
don't want it to grab when it's on the ground.
Yeah,
want it to not
but
grab.
doesn't it need to grab in order to take off, in order to get
no,
speed?
no.
Do you think the wheels turn? The wheels are totally neutral.
Yeah, the
In
wheel,
the-
Right, but they're still turning.
but they're not accelerating though. There's no
I
acceleration.
still think I'm right, despite the fact you're laughing at me like I'm an idiot.
No, okay, I will say the Mythbusters did a test where they actually put a plane on a treadmill, which is basically the wheels are useless at that point because it's a treadmill, right?
What do you go? Why would they test that?
Because people are saying you need wheels to take off, and that's exactly it. Like taking
I've
off
never
on
heard
ice.
this theory of flight that you need to have wheels to take
Yeah,
off.
I know you can have like pontoon boats and
I was
take
gonna
off
say,
on
how does
flight.
a seaplane is a great example because a
surely
seaplane doesn't have.
Yeah,
The
it's-
thrust from the jet propels you forwards. The airflow directs direction with the rudders and stuff. What do you need wheels for?
You don't need wheels. Wheels just keep you off the
Okay,
ground.
I see what you're saying now.
Wheels are just
When you
cushioning.
said the jet propels you forward, I understand. now.
Yeah. The wheels do not
That's like
give any
saying I
acceleration.
need to get down off this ladder.
I mean, you
but
can say
need
about a
to
car
grab
because a
on.
car gets its propulsion from the wheels and the friction on the road.
Yeah.
Jet has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Makes total sense now. Thank
Okay.
you for explaining it to me, Gavin.
Hey, Gus, you're welcome.
You're
Very
getting,
good.
dude, you're getting off easy.
That
I
is
just want to
true.
say that you're getting off easy.
Yeah, if
on
that would have been
You were
Gavin-
laughing. You all were laughing. I was waiting for an explanation, and I got my
Why
explanation.
you need an explanation?
I need an
Because
explanation
I
right
didn't
now.
understand it. I
right
admit
now.
it. I didn't
Wait.
understand
I
Can
am
we
now
just point
imagining a plane trying to take off.
Can we
but
just
it's like,
point-
I need to stay on the ground so I can take off.
Can we just point out that Gavin explained science to Gus and got it right?
God, that was a huge.
What is wrong with this
That was
year?
a huge miss on Gus's
we need
part.
more glue for the tires. We can't take off.
We gotta build a road that goes up into the sky. So the planes can go higher.
We need extra grip so we can let go of the tarmac.
Oh, this from the guy who's stuck in a fucking beer bottle.
Well,
Okay,
this seems appropriate.
So let's bring this around full circle. I asked you this question.
How are we not cut to Gavin?
What is the thing we've all gotten?
There you go.
What's the thing we've all gotten this week on every email, every form of social media? What's the one thing you've gotten this week, Gus?
Happy birthday.
No, you've gotten happy birthday. I've gotten this fucking picture of somebody who brought a blinker into an auto zone, a blinker bulb, and it had water in it, and they said that they need more blinker fluid because the thing was half filled.
Oh.
And so they've sent it to me, and they've CC'd Gus and CC'd Gavin
I've
about
had
it.
about 90 of those.
I
things.
saw the post on Reddit. It was on R Funny, and the number one post with 3,000 upvotes was the person's name Gavin Free. So that joke's been around for
Forever.
decades.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like
probably 7 or 8 decades.
It's the thing you haze someone with, right?
Exactly.
For many decades.
We stuck the joke in Red versus Blue because it was like an old classic joke. Then you made the joke in the podcast.
I wasn't
and now-
making
That
the
wasn't a
joke.
joke.
I wasn't making the joke. You keep saying I took your joke.
Trust me, you were. You just didn't know that you were. And now every time that thing comes up, it gets brought back up to us. Like they come back and bring it to us. But that can't last forever. And that joke is so old. I wonder if when you had that slip up on the podcast, if was there somebody else that right before you was the person that everybody contacted?
He was just like,
He took the torch.
Yeah. And he's like, who the fuck is Gavin Free now? Now I got to hear this joke again
I
because.
took the dumb torch.
And then little
the
did that
flame
person
was
know
just
that
like,
you got it from him. Yeah.
You're running with it.
And now
I've been
I wonder
running with it for many
if
years.
he's sad at home because he's no longer when people. It's like, oh, the blinker thing that was mine.
By the way, the whole grip thing for airplanes taking off. Do you want the dumb torch?
I'll take it. Thank you.
Dumb torch. Happy
And I'm going to end the
2014.
podcast now with the dumb torch firmly in hand. I got to come back. 2014, starting off on a shitty foot.
I've had some pretty shitty tap water, and I see these horrible videos now with fracking, where they use hydraulic water to mine out natural gas, and then people are lighting their taps on fire. Their water is flammable.
Yeah.
Coming out of their taps.
The air in the water is flammable.
Right, the air in the water is flammable.
You don't drink the air though.
You don't drink the air.
Like
Okay.
when you turn on the tap, the air will come out.
If
and
there are bubbles in your
disperse.
glass of water, you will drink that too.
How often do you drink bubbles? They pop immediately. If you've got bubbles sitting in your water, you've got some weird water.
You never
They might
poured-
not rise.
you've
They
never
could be
put-
bubbles
Yeah.
that sink.
But you've never. That would be freaky as shit.
Well, it's not-
You've never poured a glass of water and had bubbles in the glass at all?
Just chug it down. You still have bubbles in there when you're swallowing.
Yeah, you pour water and then it's bubbles, pop, 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 pop. Smooth.
Like, have you ever poured a Guinness into a glass? The
Guinness is different.
I'm just saying, it's bubbles in a liquid. They go down sometimes.
What are you talking about? You're on a totally different topic now.
I'm talking about bubbles in a
bubbles
liquid
that go
could
down.
go down. Yeah,
I'm with him.
but I'm
it's a different
saying,
density.
I
I've
drink out of a
never
glass.
poured
I
a glass of water and bubbles go down.
No,
It's
he's saying
never
a
happened.
different kind of liquid. He's not
It's,
saying
it's not
water.
necessarily air. Air would rise in water, but if it's say nitrogen, it might drop and go
And if
down.
that happened, I would
See,
freak out. I
see
would-
what a
And I'm
bubble's
saying
going like.
if you pour a Guinness into a glass, the bubbles go down.
Why are you drinking Guinness when we're drinking water?
I'm just using a fucking example to prove why bubbles can go down.
But nobody's fracking with Guinness.
Maybe they should be.
Gus,
Gus is
Gus,
walking.
what happened
Gus
to-
is leaving the
what
set.
happened
Gus is away. He's
What
walked
happens if
away
we
from
drink a
his
glass
chair.
of blood?
Gus is gonna go get a Guinness and just break it over Gavin's
Hey,
face.
Gus, when you're drinking your own urine, which way do the bubbles go? Why would you use an
Wow.
example that has nothing to do with what we're talking about?
That was incredible. I don't know if I've ever.
Gus just pulled eject.
That was
His
awesome.
argument fell apart right in front of him.
How many podcasts have you ever walked away from your
Oh
mic?
god, I got hiccups. Oh, that was so funny.
Probably all the air you swallowed while you were drinking water.
It must be all like Guinness you've
They've
been
sunk
inhaling.
to the bottom of my lungs, all the bubbles.
I would be hard pressed to find a bubble that sinks in water. I just don't know what those are.
Probably a bubble from a component used in fracking, maybe.
Water's pretty fucking dense. Water's by far the craziest substance on the planet. Even though it's so plentiful and we deal with it all the time, it's fucking it itself is a compound. It's
Magnesium.
nuts.
Pretty crazy.
But water doesn't act like anything else. Like the adhesive properties of water.
Also, the fact that it floats in itself
When it's a solid.
a solid. Yeah, that's a really unique property that is thought to be one of the things that help contribute to the formation of life on Earth.
What about
Well,
lava?
everything would die if not.
Right.
Because then we'd have ice. It would sink.
What
to the
about
bottom.
lava? Is that really what you just said? We're talking about fucking water, dude.
Yeah, but does rocks float on lava?
What about Guinness?
No, he said, does rocks float on
What about
lava?
the Great Guinness
rocks
Springs of Ireland?
lava.
Does wow. Make that. Where's that shirt? Jesus Christ.
Does rocks float on lava?
People like grapes. Does rocks float on lava? John, where are you? Start working on that.
That's right.
I'm gonna throw up.
Hey, hand me the opener.
My heart hurts from all the...
My heart hurts. Gavin's gonna die.
I want to.
broke Gus.
I got a drink
Oh,
now.
You dragged me to
okay.
drink.
Yeah, that was bad.